All right, I'm going to divide you up into 3 groups right now, and then your group's going to have a task for me to do, which is pretty good midterm review, too. I'm going to have you do here. All right, so make sure you write your group number up top so you remember what it is here. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Group 2, group 1. You guys right here. Group 1. Group 2, these guys right here. Group 2. Group 2. Group 3, you 2 groups in the back. You guys are group 3. You see your assignment right now. Please only do your assignment and no other groups. So after you are done plotting triangle ABC for me, find the midpoint of your respective sides. All right, don't go into any other group's responsibility. Just stay with your responsibility. Okay, so after you're done plotting, find the midpoints, and hey, this is a formula I'm not going to give you that probably will be tested on the midterm. Make sure you at least compare with your groups what your answer is.
Me either.
Oh yeah, I was doing for did you subtract? Well, not for AC though. I got it. I did.
All right, I want to move on here. Make sure you fill in your chart if it wasn't your group's assignment. Group 1, what do we get for point E? 5, 7 should be good point E. And what do we get for point F? 8, 1. All right, 8, 1. Good work. All right, going to group 2 now. Group 2, point F. Hopefully you got 8, 1. Yes, can I get a confirmation? 8, 1. Good. How about G now? Point G, group 2? 3, 2. Yes, 3, 2. And then, sorry, group 3, you don't get any spotlight there, but can I get a confirmation on E57 and G32? Look good to you guys in the back? All right, everyone, graph those points now, please. Just graph them. Don't connect anything. Just graph them. Just connect GE for me. Just connect GE. I don't want to connect the other two. I can just connect GE for right now. Everyone agree we just connected the midpoints of those two sides? All right. That is a term in a triangle that is going to be familiar to you because we talked about it in trapezoids and quadrilaterals. When you connect the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, you form what's called the midsegment. Yes. So a midsegment can be found in not only a trapezoid, but a triangle. All right. Can also be found in a triangle. All right. 2 properties of a midsegment I need you to be aware of. And you know what? You probably already know those 2 properties right after we review the midsegment of a trapezoid again for me. All right. Let's review the midsegment of a trapezoid. Let's call this one ABCD. All right. ABCD. And I'll put a point here, which is G. And I'll put a point here, which is F, and we'll connect them. GF a midsegment? No. How do you know it's a midsegment? It's got to be connecting the midpoints. Not until I do this. Now we good? Yeah, now we're good. Right? Now we're good. All right. What do you remember about a midsegment of a trapezoid? A little review here. Midsegment of a trapezoid. What do you know about it? Gauge. One thing only.
It's parallel to DC and AB.
There we go. There's my first one. It is parallel to the 2 bases. So GF is parallel to DC and AB. I'm just going to write that in. And there should be one other fact about it. What's up, Will?
It's the average length of AB and DC.
So GF is half of the 2 bases added up. There's a little midsegment review for a trapezoid. And I'm reviewing that with you because the triangle midsegment has the same properties. Same properties for a triangle's midsegment, which is parallel to the third side. Now, I want to make sure I am clear on what I mean as the third side. You guys still have, I don't, but you guys still have GE drawn? GE connects AC and AB. So when I refer to the third side, it's parallel to the third side. That's the side it's not connected to. So GF would be parallel to CB. All right, so if you want to make a little note right there, GF parallel to CB. When I reference the third side, I mean the side that it's not connected to. And the second property, remember Will just given us that it was half the sum of the bases? Well, I don't have 2 bases in a triangle. So instead, what we're going to say, it's just half of the third side. So its length will be half the third side. So you guys tell me, GF is equal to half of, if you look at your triangle, oh, we called that GE. Why am I calling it GF? Sorry. I thought we were calling that. So GE. GE should be half of what side? Half of CB, BC. Yep. Okay, so that is a mid-segment of a triangle. Connects the midpoints, and it's half the length of the third side. Right, half the length of the third side. Questions on a mid-segment of a triangle? Oh, and also too here, how many of them are there? In every triangle, how many mid-segments would exist? 3. We just drew in one. We could draw in the other 2. Okay, we could draw in the other 2 right now. All right, let's practice it for a couple, and then I'm going to let you guys go in your groups, and you should have no assignment tonight, which means if you want to start prepping for the midterm, you can. All right, I have a triangle ABC. I got 3 side lengths. Perfect. What's the perimeter of the triangle form when I connect the midpoints? All right, so let's do this together. Let me do the midpoint of AB connected to the midpoint of AC first. All right, so I'm going to go midpoint of AB, connect it to the midpoint of AC. Do we know how long that length is? Using our facts. That should have a length of half, ready, right? Half the third side. So the third side would be 14 there. Half of that would be 7. So that's 7. Let's connect now midpoint of AC to midpoint of BC. Midpoint of AC to BC. What's going to be that length now? What's its third side now? 10, half of 10, 5. And final mid-segment, connecting AB to BC. That's going to have a length of 8. So our perimeter, 8, 7, 5. Going to be 20 units. Can you pick your calculator up for me, please? Pick your calc up real quick. Please find the perimeter of the original triangle so we can just have a quick discussion. Find the perimeter of the original. Perimeter of the original? 40. So how does it relate to the perimeter of the mid-segment triangle? It's also half. Okay, it is also half. So if you want a little way to get there quicker, there's the other way. Okay, there's the other way. Any questions here? All right, another one, and I think I'm going to let you go after this. Go ahead, read through number 2. I'm looking for the length of VC at the end of this one, length of VC. Did anybody see the term mid-segment come up? I didn't. So how do I know this is a mid-segment? Just because it's mid-segment day? No, it might be on the midterm next week. A is a midpoint, B is a midpoint. And when you connect the midpoints, you make a mid-segment. And we know darn well that the mid-segment is not equal to the third side. All right, it might be convenient for you just to set it equal and solve, but it's not true. Adjust it for me. Adjust it for me. So it is true. Mid-segment is not equal to the third side. Put something here on either side to make it true now. Make it true for me, please. Tess, you want to make that true? Right now, I got the mid-segment equal to the third side, and that is not true because it's equal to something else. So I want you to adjust this so I can solve it. Because it's not, I can't solve this right now because that is false. Make it true.
It's equal to.
What's the mid-segment equal to?
Isn't it equal to the third side?
Not
I mean, it's half of the third side.
All right, so you want to adjust it now?
3x plus 1 equals 1/2.
There we go. Yep, there we go. Or if you wanted to double 3x plus 1, that would have been fine too. So you could go ahead, solve right now. Oh, fractions. What am I going to do? Get can write them as decimals if you want. When you have the value of x, let me know so I know you're following along here. Oh, shoot, a lot of kids here. Abby, when you have the value of x, let me know. 5, yep, x equals 5. Whew, we got an honors level midterm here. I'm going to try to make you fall into any trap I can. What's up, Will?
Wouldn't it just be fine to multiply both sides by 2? Well,
Yeah, that's fine. Instead of distributing the 1/2, yeah, get rid of the 1/2, multiply by 2. Yep. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to make you fall into traps on the midterm too, just like this one. VC I'm looking for. VC. So how can I get x equal 5, and I need you to lead me to VC now? All right, what's your steps here? Lead me to VC. Lead me to VC somehow. There you go, Adidia. Lead me to VC.
So first I said
I have x equals 5.
so I just like substituted that in for like x.
Which one? There's a couple x's in the diagram.
For VW.
Okay, so VW equals 7 times 5 minus 3, and that's 35. That's 32. All right, so VW is 32. Where are you going from here?
Now I divided by 2.
Why divide by 2?
It's like half.
How do you know that? How do you know VC is half of VW?
It's the midpoint.
Okay, it says C is the midpoint. Thank you. So I take 32 divided by 2, and we roll with 16. Yes, Kira?
Couldn't you also say that it equals AB because AB is half of it?
Correct. These are all congruent to each other. Yep, so you could have plugged it into 3x plus 1. Anything else? All right. And there's my note. Work in groups starting from here. Work in groups. How are you going to know if you're right or wrong? Because I don't have an answer key up here. Somebody in your group's going to get a Chromebook out and open up the homework answer key. Correct. So somebody elect somebody right now. Let's go. I'm not going to wait here. I'm going to require it. And make sure you're on the answer key, Connor, nothing else. All right. Thank you. And make sure you guys know it. This is your assignment for tonight, by the way. You finish these problems, you're done. So here's the task for the remainder of class because we still have over half a class left. You're going to do the problems in your groups. You're going to check them on somebody's Chromebook. Once they're all correct, you're going to get out that midterm review packet and start grinding away. Or start writing down formulas that you think you're going to need to know. All right, so that's what you guys have the last half of the class. Finish these problems. Call me over if there's questions. Check them on Classroom.